I don't know what day it is or what week it is, but it's another episode of the Lockdown Chronicles from a Lightning Cave. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the exciting Lockdown Chronicles. I'm your host, Javier. This isn't a Tonight Show, is it? Again, I'm not really scripted this, I'm just talking about what I'm playing. Maybe you'll find it entertaining, maybe you won't. I said I'm going to update you on what I've been playing. So I'm going to do that primarily because I've got some things to say. And also I might give you some recommendations on what to play or maybe what to watch as well. So I've completed Control and I've completed Bloodborne and the Bloodborne DLC, and I've done the first boss in Dark Souls 3. I've been a very busy bunny. So firstly, I'm going to talk about Control. Personally, I don't think I loved it as much as everyone else. A lot of people I've been speaking to, a lot of the reviews I've read have said that Control was their favourite game of 2019, and for me, it's just not as good as some of the other games I've played, such as Pokemon Shield or Star Wars Fallen Order. I liked it a lot. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm sitting at about a 7.5 and 8. The ending definitely put a point for me. I think the ending's really cool. And obviously, you know that the whole game is mind-bendy, but a lot of what I read, it was that they wanted the house in the game to be part of the narrative, and it wasn't about the main character. But I didn't really feel that. I do feel like the game was about the protagonist, which isn't a bad thing, but it wasn't necessarily insanely different. Yes, the powers are cool. You know, you're flying around, kind of, floating around, shooting stuff. You've got your telekinesis. You can mind control people. I mean, there might be spoilers here, but you should have played it already. And it is really good, but I was playing it as a break from Bloodborne and the DLC, which is even harder than the main game. And Control only has one difficulty level. And whilst I like having a difficult game, and I appreciate that developers have games which are a certain level of difficulty, I feel like Control would have been a game that would have benefited from having an easier difficulty setting where you could run through and enjoy it a bit more. It's unlike me to say that now because I love, Soulsborne, as we know I do. But I think Control is a game where it's an action game that could have benefited from it having it a little bit easier, being able to run through and not struggle through parts. That's just me personally, so I know that's a personal point of view, but reviews are personal, aren't they? Review scores. Also, I found it really hard to navigate at times. There were a lot of the time I was just running around and not enjoying myself, so I'd be dying, getting way back to the checkpoint, trying to find out where to go. It's part of the exploration and maybe the weirdness of it, but I didn't enjoy that. I felt like I was just frustratingly running around wasting time. And also, there is something else I'm going to mark it down on. Oh, there's lots of documents in the game that you can read and lots of audio you can listen to. And I'm not the sort of person who does this. I never have been. I probably never will be. And I feel like that you had to read and listen to all of that to get a better understanding of what was going on, but also enjoy this narrative more. At the end of it, yes, there is a little bit of a twist at the end, but the narrative isn't insane. So yeah, I don't know. It was a good game, but it was nowhere near Star Wars for me. I'm about a 7.5 and 8 for Control, which still isn't a bad score. I still enjoyed it. I think the combat's great. I think the story is still really good, but it wasn't as insane and mental and balls to the wall as I thought it was going to be. So there's my opinion on Control. I'm going to go play the DLC as well and see what I think of that. Next up, Bloodborne. Bloodborne has been a long journey for me. I picked it up when it first came out, whenever that was. I think it was 2005. I'm sure it just first celebrated its 15-year anniversary. And I couldn't play it at all. If you've played it, I got through the first area. And there's a troll, and you go up a bridge, and there's 2 werewolves. The first time I played that game, I couldn't get past them, and I traded it in. I just got rid of it. 15 years ago, I couldn't play the game. I hated it. It wasn't what I wanted at all. I thought it was going to be an action RPG, and it is, but it was, it's an insanely difficult one. So I got rid of it. And all this time later, it comes out on PS Plus. Well, I think that was last year. I downloaded it, I tried to play it again, and I didn't like it. I just didn't like it. So I left it. And then I played Dark Souls 1, loved it. Then I was like, okay, so now I understand what the games are about. I played Bloodborne and I absolutely love it. I don't know if I like it more than Dark Souls 1. I think that they're very different games. Bloodborne's a lot more about agility and dodging and parrying, whereas Dark Souls is more about, it's more defensive. I mean, that's how I played it anyway, more defensive and blocking, and it's more medieval. It's completely different. But Bloodborne, the horror aspect and the world that's created and the very abstract and strange storyline that kind of mixes demons and aliens, which sounds weird on a level, but when you're playing it, it makes sense and it works. It's incredible, and the DLC was awesome. And what made it really good was I was really struggling, and I felt like I'd had enough. Like I played it for about 50 or 60 hours, and I couldn't get past where I was, and I did the end of the game of co-op with Luke, and it was so goddamn fun. And I don't feel like it's taken away from the achievement of beating the bosses at the end because they were still difficult, but I feel like maybe that parts of the game were actually built for co-op, especially DLC, because you spend the whole game learning to draw an enemy out at a time, taking them down, moving on to the next one as you do in these games, getting through and trying to keep your experience, trying to build up your God, not souls, the cold blood that you collect to level up in that game. And that's how when you get to DLC, and it's just mobs and mobs and mobs, and you just get destroyed over and over and over again. And then you get to these bosses, and they are just a level above. Like I said, like again, if you've played any of the game, if you play the DLC, you'll know about it. I managed to do Ludwig by myself, which was a real challenge. And then I went back to do the optional boss Lawrence. I just couldn't do it. I kept getting down to like a third of his health, and he just kept destroying me. And I think you need the other person with you, even if it's a summon, because I understand, the whole game you can play and summon people anytime you want, and you summon someone in, and the main thing is just to give yourself time to heal, because the other person distracts him, or it, or her, the boss, and the boss attacks them. You've got time to heal, and then you run, and then they attack it, and I think that it works insanely well, and it's too well to not be on purpose. So if you're struggling with any of these games, don't feel like you can't call and help, because they are hard. And he's amazing at these games. Sorry to blow I don't really want to blow his trumpet. I like calling him a twat and all that, but he's really great at these games, and he struggled with these bosses, and he's done all by himself. He's really good, but he's appreciates how hard they are. And I think that, like I said, from me, I've played Dark Souls 1, Bloodborne and DLC. Now it's on Dark Souls 3, and I've done the first boss, so I'm having a great Soulsborne time. So that's kind of what I've been playing. I don't think there's been anything else really. I played a little bit more of the Call of Duty Battle Royale, and I still really like it. I think it's still really great. I've tried to get into Final Fantasy 14. That just hasn't clicked. I've got to level 15 and I haven't done dungeon yet, so I might change my mind. But I feel like it's just running around and pressing X. I know that's what MMOs are, but what's the point? There's nothing there for me. That I'm just literally holding L2 and X to cast spells because I've created an age. I've tried it also with Warrior, and I just don't think it's for me. So those are what I've tried to play. I recommended a load of games last week, so I want to tell you a bit about what my future plans are for the coming weeks, my avid viewers. I'm next going to play. I said you've already done playing Dark Souls 3, but that is my main game. I need a break from it a lot of time because sometimes you play it and you want to throw your controller at the screen and rip your own hands off. So you need a break, and my break from it is going to be Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3. Now, me and Luke kind of both taken a Resident Evil 3 to play individually, but we're both going to give our opinions on it. So, all things willing, because I'm now officially on this furlough pay, so I'm not working. I should be able to complete Resident Evil 2 and 3 before next week, and I'm going to give you my opinions on both because I haven't played the remake of Resident Evil 2 yet, and obviously 3 is brand new. With 3 comes a multiplayer, which I understand is really fun as well. So I'm really looking forward to getting to grips with those. And then I'm going to complete Doom Eternal because I haven't actually finished that yet. And I'm going to then play Devil May Cry 5. And then I'm just going to make my way through all Soulsborne titles. Probably Dark Souls 3. And then Neo. So that's my, I probably won't get much further than that before the next time I do one of these. So those are my plans. I've also been watching a hell of a lot of TV with Mrs. And there is some stuff that I think is worth recommending in case you don't know about it. Now, BBC, everyone watches a lot of stuff on Netflix, and I recommend a lot of sci-fi series, but BBC dramas are amazing, and I think that a lot of people should realise how good they are. If you haven't, you may not have. Recently, we watched the first series of Killing Eve and Top of the Lake and the entirety of Line of Duty, and they're all just so well made. The acting's fantastic, the storylines are gripping. You want to watch one episode after another, and sometimes personally, I don't know about you, but I feel like that you need series which I really like. So you've got like Bob's Burgers and Family Guy and Modern Family and stuff like that, where you can just really like turn your brain off and just enjoy it. And you kind of got the middle of the line, which maybe like MasterChef, maybe because you're a bit more invested in what's going on. Maybe something like Casual, if you've seen it on Amazon Prime, is pretty good in the middle of the line. But Better Call Saul, although it's drama, it's not. I feel like it's not too serious. And then you got this serious stuff like these dark crime thrillers and stuff like that. And I honestly can't recommend any of the BBC dramas I've watched enough. For comedy, I said Bob's Burgers. There's People Just Do Nothing, which it's so good. What else have I been watching? Oh, Altered Carbon season 2, absolutely amazing. Castlevania season 3, the anime, insanely good. Just finished the Umbrella Academy finally. I don't know why it's taken me so long. What an amazing an alternative comic book series that was. Yeah, I mean, like there's a list, there's a hell of a list. I could keep going on, but clearly I can't think of them right now. But I really want to recommend BBC dramas. Just go on to BBC and just see what they've got. There's a new one called The Nest I'm going to try out next. But yeah, they're just something that like I think when you're kind of in this position, you're not doing a lot, and maybe all you're doing is playing video games, you can go and enjoy something like that a bit more because you can get engaged more into it. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing in a nutshell. I hope to update you soon. Maybe I will have completed 2 or 3 more games by next time I record one. But again, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Thanks again for watching our videos. We're just trying to keep going during all this nonsense. And although we're all locked in at home, we can all still be a community. We believe the video games bringing us together. At the moment, it's our main way of socialising, and I kind of thank God. Not God. I don't believe in God. I thank myself that I'm so into video games because it's given me something to do in these in these long days. We just want to make good content and make people laugh and smile and enjoy it. So please head over to our Twitter. We're always interacting, posting our stuff on there, our streams. We're talking to people, etc. Head over to our website, respawning.co.uk, for all the latest news, reviews, opinions, articles, and stay right here on YouTube for way more content. There's regular content every couple of days now, and there's no reason why you shouldn't be watching. We have got a shop where you can buy our merchandise. Just go to the website and look for the shop, and everything that you can give us or buy a t-shirt, whatever, really helps us out. So thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.